French soldiers are leaving Niger, finally. Yes, they are packing their stuff, they have a date, they have a day, they are going. What's up, everybody? I hope you're doing good. Thank you very much for stopping by. You are very much appreciated. It's evening already here, but I felt it was very necessary we share this news. Very interesting. French soldiers are leaving Niger. They started from Thursday, leaving the country. Great news. Congratulations. Applause, round of applause. Yeah. Great job by the Nigerians. I mean, it's their country. Okay, they deserve whatever they want from the country. If they want you to stay, great. If they don't want you to stay, then you should just leave. Okay, so French troops are leaving Niger. Congratulations to them. It's been a very rough moment between the Nigerians and the French. But finally, I feel like Macron, choose the way of logic. Okay, France started pulling its troop from Niger on Thursday. The French Army Force Ministry said on a statement. The disengagement of the military personnel and assets stationed in Niger begins this week. This maneuver should enable all military personnel to return to France before the end of the year, the statement says. So this maneuver will enable all French personnel to return to France before the end of the year. Thank you very much for stopping by. I see you from South Africa, Zimbabwe, Ghana, Uganda, Rwanda, Kenya, Nigeria, Jamaica, UK, USA. We are the same people. Your first time, please subscribe, click on the button. Yeah, so we can see each other very much often. And before we start, let's do this so we can push our video further. Here we share knowledge. Please bring your knowledge so we can all learn. It's not about me talking to you. It's about us learning together as a family. Okay, so Niger, for context. Beautiful country in Africa. Here's a map. I know we need a map because many of our people have never been to Africa, so they don't quite understand where Niger is. This is Niger, beautiful place, but very hot. Very hot, yeah. Very hot. When an African man tells you it's hot, yeah, he means it's hot. Very hot place, but lovely people. Okay, so Niger has been a colony of France. For context, France has colonized many countries in Africa for many, many years, and some of these countries were freed around the 1960s. And that's when many of these countries started sort of having a democratic leadership. It's not really a democratic leadership because at the end of the day, they say you are free of colonialism, but in reality, they are still running the businesses, okay? So economy, finances, and all that stuff that's important to a country are still run by the French. In fact, all the African countries colonized by the French still pay up until now, 2023, about 30% tax of their annual revenue back to France. Yes, because French apparently taught them how to eat cheese and blue cheese and stuff like that. And they learn how to speak French. So they have to thank the French for that. Yeah, so they have to pay 30% of the annual revenue back to France. And again, it doesn't stop there. France prints the currency of these countries. It's called the CFA franc. Yeah. So your country's currency is printed in France. And you say you are free. No, you're not. This money, this currency, it's used in African nation, French colonies in Africa. Côte d'Ivoire, Togo, Benin, Senegal, and these countries use the CFA franc, but that's printed in France. But if you take the same CFA franc to France to purchase something, it's not valid. They do not accept that. So Niger was part of these countries. And they decided, they were like, okay, you know what? We need freedom in our country. It feels like since independence, most of our presidents have been working for the interest of the French people. Because Niger produces uranium, and uranium is crucial to the production of energy. So you can create electricity or produce electricity through uranium. Niger has a lot of uranium, a lot of very good quality. So French people have been mining uranium from Niger, sending it back to France to be transformed, then converted to electricity, then sold to many European countries. France sells electricity to European countries. From uranium, it gets from Niger. But in the meantime, Nigerian people have no electricity. Yes. How do you explain that? How do you reconcile with that? So Nigerian people have to import electricity from Nigeria. Nigeria, yes. So Niger, Nigeria. These are two different countries. Nigerian people have to import electricity, some of it at least, from Nigeria. I know Nigerian people also don't have electricity. Well, you, the people, have no electricity, but the government has enough electricity to sell to other countries. So the Nigerian people get electricity from Nigeria. Nigeria sells electricity to Niger, but they don't necessarily provide enough electricity for people from Nigeria. In the meantime, Niger produces uranium. Uranium is taken by the French. It's transformed and sold to the people of Europe. You get it? So now the people of Niger say, you know what? Enough is enough. We cannot continue like this anymore. Our president seems to be working for the foreign nations. We don't want that. We want a president who is patriotic, somebody that's going to work for us, going to push our country forward. And that's what they did. Okay, the guards of the presidential palace toppled the president. Okay, they arrested him, put him in a, underground room. They didn't hurt him, but they put him in there with his family and everybody. That's it. His name is Mohamed Bazoum. Mohamed Bazoum has been toppled for a couple of months now. People of Niger were happy. They gathered into the stadiums. They were very happy. But in the meantime, countries that colonized by the French people were angry at the Nigerian people. Yes, why do you want freedom? Why do you topple the president? He is democratically elected. You have no right to do what you did, even though it's not their country. So they came together with Nigeria, making a plan. They called the ECOWAS country. There are 15 countries. They came with Nigeria with a plan to come and attack Niger, because Nigerian people decided to topple the president looking for freedom. So if you think about it rationally, it only means these presidents of these corrupt countries were just trying to save their buddy, their friends who's been toppled by its people. Okay, so we're going to save our friends who's as corrupt as we are, so we can put him back to position as a president. And I think that's going to serve as a lesson for our people not to try to do it with us, because if it happened to the neighbor, what makes you think it's not going to happen to us? That was the reason why they came together. People of ECOWAS, yes, African people trying to fight African people, trying to keep them in poverty. Don't be surprised. It happens a lot in Africa. It's very sad, but many Africans don't like to see other Africans move forward. I need to tell you cash, okay? I don't play. I say things the way they are. I don't play hypocritical stuff. I'm not going to waste my time here telling you, oh, Africa's beautiful, everybody loves it. Nope. There are some places people truly love each other. They help one another. They move forward. There are some places there's a lot of hypocrisy, a lot of lies, a lot of jealousy. Yes. If you are an African person, you certainly know that, because it looks like it's genetic. Yeah. Sad. That's a reality. So Nigerians were trying to free themselves while the 15 countries of ECOWAS are trying to push them back into slavery. Okay? So they eventually found some support from two countries, Mali and Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso and Mali says, okay, whoever's gonna dare to attack Niger is gonna be declaring war to us, Mali and Burkina Faso. And Mali and Burkina Faso actually sent soldiers to Niger just to be in position in case ECOWAS decided to attack. It was going to be bloodbath. The ECOWAS people trying to intimidate Nigerians, saying, yeah, we're giving you a couple of days to make a decision. We need the President Bazoum reinstated into his position. If you don't do that, we're going to come and destroy. So my question remains, are you so in love, like so precious with President Bazoum that you love very much, that you are ready to go into a country and destroy and, spill blood to reinstate the president? Is that worth it? Are you going to sacrifice so many other people just for one person? Do you really care for Nigerians, or you just care about your interest with this person you've been stealing with? That's exactly the point. Now, ECOWAS countries feared when they heard that Mali and Burkina Faso are going to come together to support Niger. And indeed, props to these countries. They are very different kind of African people. Respect to them for sticking up for each other. Okay? Now, Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali, what do they have in common? The three countries have toppled their president. Bravo if you found it. Yeah, the three countries, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, have toppled the president because they feel like they're not working for the people, but they are working for external powers. Now, they have been ostracized, pushed to the side. Nobody likes them. They look like the leprous child that you have, but they've stuck together and they're doing really, really great. Now, when people of Niger, the new people, came into power after toppling the president, they asked the French ambassador to come and have a meeting with them. They said, okay, we are the new people in power. Come, sit down with us as a French ambassador. Let's have a discussion on how we're going to move forward. The French ambassador ignored them. Yes, he ignored Chani, who is the leader of the new Niger. He ignored them. He said, no, I'm not. Yeah, no response. A couple of days later, they said to him, okay, Mr. Ambassador, we are giving you 48 hours to leave the country because you are clearly disrespectful. This is not your country. This is not your toilet, okay? This is our country. If we call you to discuss, you show up. Now, what happened next? Paris, Quai d'Orsay responded. Quai d'Orsay, France responded saying, you have no right or legitimacy to ask a person to leave the country because you are nobody. Okay, so we recognize Bazoum, who's the elected president. We do not recognize you because you're nobody. That's very disrespectful, as you can imagine. In my country, I'm asking you to come and have a chat, a discussion. You're telling me that I'm not legitimate? Like, who are you? Who are you? Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are to come and tell me that I'm not legitimate in my own country? Like, really? Yeah. Then the standoff started when people of Niger finally decided to cut electricity from the French embassy. People of Niger decided to cut water supply from the French embassy. People of Niger decided to cut food supply from the French embassy. Literally, okay, you're going to stay in our country? Okay, stay. Look for electricity now. You're going to stay in the dark. You're going to use what? Solar. How are you going to install it? Yeah. You want water? Our water belongs to us. It's not your water. You're not getting any more of our supply anymore. You can bring our own water. So, in a very defiant manner, Emmanuel Macron wanted to show that he was strong. We are staying in Niger. It's not our country, but we're going to stay. Nothing you can do about it. Eventually, I think it came down to reason because many people of Niger went down the street walking, putting pressure, asking the French forces to leave the country. Niger still hosts about 1,500 soldiers from France. They came a while back, supposedly to fight against terrorism in Niger. In reality, terrorism never existed in the past. Terrorism only started when they came to fight Gaddafi. That's when terrorism started. But before that, there was no terrorism. So in other words, we create a problem in your country, then we offer you a solution. Oh, you have terrorists. Oh, we place them, in fact. But you don't know that. You have no proof. How we can fight them for you for many years. So they say, you know what? Stop. Forget about the terrorists. We're going to deal with the terrorists ourselves. Thank you very much for your help. Please leave our country. They say, no, they're not going to leave. Now, eventually, after many, many weeks, they say, you know what? Enough. Let's go. In September, French President Emmanuel Macron announced that France would gradually withdraw its 1,500 soldiers by the end of the year. For more than 2 months, the French leader had taken defiant stance against Niger junta. Yes, he was very defiant, which came to power in July after the military coup, but eventually conceded to their demand and the French to leave the country. Macron's decision comes in the wake of a forced withdrawal from neighboring Burkina Faso and Mali. Burkina Faso and Mali kicked them out. So now the question remains for France. Where will the soldiers stationed in Niger go? Will they go to Paris? Or what's going to happen to the base, the military base in Africa? Congratulations to the people of Niger. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. I think you are showing the way. Resistance is very important. Respect is very important. Dignity is crucial. And you must fight your fight. Okay? Let me tell you something. Being of the same color doesn't make you brothers. I'm sorry, I have to say it. Okay? Being of the same color doesn't make you brothers. Because some of your biggest enemies look just like you. And you need to be sober enough to accept that. That is number one. Number two, it's your fight. Fight your fight. Find a way out. Don't let anybody make you think anything different. It's your fight your fight, find your way out. Nobody's going to save you. Save yourself. They're going to criticize you. They're going to say negative things. That's what they do. But at the end, when you win, they're going to come and clap for you. God bless.